She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr.
Art is either an expression of someone's character, someone's taste, or combination of both. There are many different types of art. There are many ways to create art as well and enjoy it. However, when it comes down to it, art is just another way to psychoanalyze humans. Hi, my name is Mona Romanska, I'm a love coach, and I would like to tell you today how to identify who you are dealing with depending on what type of art this person prefers. Understanding the psychology of art means understanding the perception, cognition, and characteristics of art, as well as how it's created. Why do we create it? Why do we buy it? Why do we share it? What's an impact on our brain? There are countless answers on these questions, and let's talk about it. Most psychologists, within the framework of their psychophysical approach, agree that explicitly or implicitly, the preference in favor of one or another form of design or work art reflect the emotional state of a person. The study of artistic preference, the degree to which people like or dislike different styles of painting, has been a dominant approach in the field of the relative ease of classification of art products among established lines. Even before personality traits were found, before the development of taxonomy of traits, psychologists such as Burt and Eysenck were investigating personality variation in the rating of different pictures. If we talk about the perception of work of art in the context of communication between the artist and the viewer recipient, it is necessary to take into account the peculiarities of the personal style and biography of the author. Psychological problems have influenced the creative paths of many prominent artists. Notable examples include Michelangelo, William Blake, Vasily Kandinsky, Edvard Munch, all of whom suffered from depression, or contemporary artists like Isa Dengen, who suffers from bipolar disorder. Long-term use of alcohol is reflected in the work of Amedeo Modigliani and Jackson Pollock. Artists like Francisco de Goya, Vincent van Gogh, Edvard Munch, Frida Kahlo, and Mark Rothko likely suffer from mental health problems at some point in their life. Their art uniquely reflects their struggle and psychological condition. The causes and triggers of these problems can be found in such burdensome life events as the loss of parent, lack of recognition, and success of professional artists. Disorders and associated changes in brain function have a profound effect on artistic expression. So, for example, the works of William de Kooning, progression of dementia became more and more abstract. Internal images arise on the basis of perception, memory, and general knowledge about the world. The collapse of retained visual knowledge as symptom of dementia may also involve a release from restrictions in visual expression, which may entail a new expressive style. The style of Francisco de Goya artwork changed after he became deaf and can be interpreted as influenced by his mental health problems. Instead of bright colors and pleasant themes, he displayed darker and often disturbing images. The artist's plates from the series Las Caprichos are a vivid example of this change. According to James Harris, the Starry Night could be a deception of how Van Gogh cognition stabilized when he was at the asylum. Harris wrote, "The cloud-like images in the center of the sky assume the archetypal form of mandala, a symmetrical form that frequently emerges as psychological conflicts come into balance. The dark cypress, though, could indicate the approaching emergence of psychological problems, since the cypress is a symbol of death in the area that Van Gogh was staying at the time." Despite the fact that Edvard Munch suffered from depression, anxiety, and probably schizophrenia, he refused treatment for some time. He stated, "My suffering are part of myself and my art. They cannot be apart from me, and their destruction would destroy my art. I want to keep those suffering." Eventually, Edvard Munch was committed to sanitarium several times in the years of 1905 and 1909. After his stay at these institutions, his mental health improved significantly. Because of this, Munch's art changed. His paintings started looking brighter and less gloomy. Frida Kahlo's emotionally intense marriage to Diego Rivera led her to develop depression and even to attempt suicide. Despite or maybe because of her various suffering, Kahlo was very strong-minded. Experts believe that Frida Kahlo suffered from more than one mental health problem, such as post-traumatic stress disorder and bipolar disorder. Studies have shown that there are predictable links between personality and particular artistic preferences, especially the correlation between conservatism or consciousness. Also, people who prefer classicism over impressionists are more of a deep thinkers, more inclined to be introverted, they analyze more and more traditionally oriented. They like known things. About such people you can tell, oh, he is regular here. They like same food, same places, and stick around with the same people. Modern art, Cubism, is more about people who are innovators, have twisted mind and struggling artists, musicians. They delegate their ideas but avoid to be involved in their own projects. Lovers of Rococo are easygoing, fun, and love space. They like secrets and deep meaning in everything. Very social and extroverted, spontaneous. Examining children's art preferences found that all children, regardless of gender, age, and socioeconomic status, prefer traditional painting to modern ones by a ratio of 3:2. Katz also found that preference for traditional painting increased from the age of 7 to 11. In other words, the youngest were more open to contemporary painting than the older ones. Katz also found that the higher the socioeconomic level, the greater the preference for traditional painting. Thus, children with higher socioeconomic background are more susceptible to the influence of art and the influence of their environment. Stick around, and in my next video I will tell you how identify what kind of person is right next to you according what exactly you see on the paintings at his home.